going to be continuing from where we left off last class. And that was...
Yes.
Can you see the screen? Are you able to see the screen, guys?
Yes, we can see, yes.
Yeah. You can see it, but I can't see it. Just trying to... It's hidden behind other pages. It's not showing up. Here are the out. Surprised why it's not here. Just bear with me, guys. There we are. Khair, alhamdulillah. So, alhamdulillah, bismillahir rahmanir rahim, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man ittaba'a hudahu, amma ba'd. So, alhamdulillah, we, last class, we were revising the concepts that were previously covered in Ad-Dars As-Sadis. The intent is to go through the main rules that have been covered from Ad-Dars As-Sadis all the way to Ad-Dars Al-Tasi', from 6 to 9. And we got to the end of Ad-Dars As-Sadis, and then we looked at some of the ayat. So commencing now with Ad-Dars As-Sabi', let's have a look at some of the things. And the method, the way to just pick up on the main rules or the intended ideas inside any given unit is to go straight to the exercises. And after the few questions which come at the beginning, which are important, and I would always encourage, you all to self-study, do these questions by yourself. These ones here that you can see on the screen, Ajib, and then Asilatil Ati, answering the following questions. And these are related to the text of that particular lesson. They have comprehension questions, they have true and false questions like that. And then after that, they go to other questions where they reiterate the rules that were introduced in that class. So here we have this instruction, أنث الفاعل في كل من الجمل الآتية. And this is where they introduced the idea of the fa'il which was mu'annath jam'. So al-mukhatabat. Or afwan al-fa'ilat. So here you have asharibtum al-kahwata ya ikhwanu. Can someone tell me where the fi'l here is? Where is the fi'l? Where is the fa'il? And where is the maf'ulun bihi?
Fi'al is sharib. Fa'il is tu. Qahwa is maf'ul bihi.
Barakallahu fik, ya Habib. Sahih. So the shariba, or that is the verb, the fi'l, and the dhamir al-muttasil. This is dhamir al-rafa', which is fa'il في محل الرفع مبني على السكون, and the dhamma is there because of التقاء الساكنين. Al-qahwata, this is maf'ulun bihi mansub, and you can see that the fatha is easily visible at the end, so you say wa alamatu nasbihi al-fatha al-zahira ala akhiriha or ala akhirihi maf'ul. The question over here, the instruction is to make it mu'annath. So therefore, changing the fa'il to mu'annath, what would happen? You would say asharibtunna instead of asharibtum. This one is ya ikhwanu, and the plural mu'annath is ya akhawatu, for example. So you say asharibtunna. So can I ask, Saqib is right at the top, if you could change this one for me, please. Number 2, change this sentence to mu'annath.
أقرأتن هذه المجلة يا نساء.
Ahsant. Barakallahu feek. And the brother Adil, who's second in the line, can you read number 3, please, as mu'annath?
السلام عليكم أستاذ.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا.
أفهمتن الدرس الجديد يا بناتي؟
يا نعم بناتي. أحسنت, because of ya is the ya is there. So أفهمتن الدرس الجديد يا بناتي. بارك الله فيك أخي الكريم.
فيك بارك الله.
Let's keep going. So let's just try and scroll down. Why is it not scrolling today? Today it's all happening, huh? Mouse. There you are. Go down, and the next thing they wanted to introduce this was a revision of the same exercise for you to choose Mir, Mudhakkar, or Mu'annath, depending on the address who's being spoken to. Ya abna'i, ya ikhwani, ya wujuhakunna. This is a good one to test. If I can ask Akram, you're next in line. Barakallahu feek. If you could do number 3 for me. Is Akram with me? So you have to read the sentence and you have to choose whether it is tum or tunna.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam. غسلتن وجوهكن بالصابون.
نعم. جيد. غسلتن وجوهكن بالصابون. بارك الله فيك. طيب. Let's move on to this one over here, this was where Kana was introduced, and showing you the idea that Kana is to express something that happened in the past. Now, at this stage, they didn't actually introduce you in detail at all, actually, to ismu kana and khabaru kana, but we did that ourselves. One thing we have to remember is that that kana, it has an ism and it has a khabar. Therefore, it enters upon a mubtada and it changes it from calling it mubtada, and we call it now ismu kana. The khabar becomes khabaru kana. Now, what is the hukum al-i'rabi of ismu kana? Can anyone remember?
مرفوع
It's marfu. أحسنتم. أحسنت في حديث. It is marfu. So كان المدرس. So for example, here you have المدرس في الفصل. المدرس في الفصل. المدرس, this is مبتدا. في الفصل, this jumla is in the position of khabar, in the place of khabar, in the state of being mansub. Though that is not the issue here. The issue in Dars al-Sabi', just to introduce to you, if you want to speak about something that happened in the past, how do you do it? The book, the teacher is trying to give you the tools of expressing something in the past. So here you have al-mudarrisu fil fasli, which means the teacher is in the class. Now, kana al-mudarrisu fil fasli, and now they're just showing you explicitly that this happened in the past. So therefore, you say, for example, قبل 5 دقائق, 5 minutes ago, he was in the class. And you don't have to say قبل 5 دقائق, but in this exercise, emphasizing the fact that this is kana, it brings the issue into the past. It brings the issue into the past. And كان المدرس كان الطلاب. But look at number 3. أمي في المطبخ. Over here in the first situation, the first example, the mubtada is mudhakkar. In the second one also, the mubtada is mudhakkar. But in the third one, the mubtada is, what would you say?
مؤنث.
Mu'annath. So notice how, and this is why, one of the reasons why kana is considered to be a fi'l of some sorts. It's actually referred to as an incomplete verb, or fi'l naqis. And one of the reasons is because it behaves like a verb in certain aspects, in that that it becomes is mudhakkar if the mubtada is mudhakkar, is mu'annath if the mubtada is mu'annath. Okay, and the same for it becomes plural, and plural for masculine, plural for feminine in different examples. So here you have كانت أمي في المطبخ قبل قليل. So كانت أمي, this becomes اسم كان. This is في محل, this is مرفوع. Okay, وعلامة رفعه, there's supposed to be a dhamma here, but you can't see it because the ya is connected to the meme, forcing the meme to take a kasra. So therefore we say that this is marfu'un bidhammatin muqaddaratin. This is marfu' with an implied dhamma. It didn't appear because of impossibility. منع من ظهوري التعذر. That's the reason it didn't appear.
هل هذا ثقل؟
ثقل. No, I don't think this is the example of ثقل.
أمي.
Yeah. No, you can't say ummi. It's not possible. ثقل is when it's possible to say it, but saying it is going to be difficult. Okay. For example, ذهبت إلى قاضٍ. No, عفوا. هذا قاضٍ. أصله هذا قاضي. Okay, and the علامة الرفع is محذوف, and the reason for that is ثقل. والله أعلم. Here you have Just give me 2 examples. I'll take Zakaria. If you can add Kana to this one, please, to number 1. Al-Mudiru fi ghurfatihi. What will you say? Zakaria, you want to take it? Okay, Zaid, you want to take it, please? Add Kana to this.
كان المدير في غرفته قبل ساعة.
بارك الله فيك. كان المدير في غرفته قبل ساعة. It's quite simply, you're only adding kana. Incidentally, all of these exercises that we're going through, they were previously allocated in the homework. Okay. كان المدير في غرفته قبل ساعة. So this is in actual fact a revision of that. Okay. And so if you did the homework, this should be straightforward. If you didn't do the homework, then you might struggle. And I do advise and remind everyone the importance of doing the homework, inshallah. Let's keep moving. Hang on, before we're moving on, let's go to this one over here. Number 5. I'll ask Habib to do this for me, please.
Yes. كانت طالبات في المكتبة قبل قليل.
Again, please.
كانت طالبات في المكتبة قبل قليل.
Okay, so I can hear you saying kanat. I can say you saying talibat, but I can't hear you saying alif lam.
كانت الطالبات.
Barakallahu fi. That's what I was trying to get to. Iltiqa sakinain. There's a sukun on that lam, and there's a sukun on the ta. The only way to get it done is with this kasra. So kanat talibatu ismu. This is ismu kana fil maktabati
قبل قليل.
قبل قليل. أحسنت. بارك فيك.
Ustad,
نعم. تفضل أخي الكريم.
this shall I add one faida in the Kana subject?
Go on then.
In the case of Allah, Kana Allahu Ghafurun Rahima. So normally it's istamir, yani it's mustaqbal aidan.
Oh, Jazakallah khair. So the meaning of kana is for the past. This is how it was in the past. In the Quran, you find many examples where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about himself, وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. So lafdhul jalala here is ismu kana. And غَفُورًا, this is khabaru kana. Rahiman badal. Does it mean that this is only in the past? For the case, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this was in the past, in the present, and also in the future. This is specific for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, showing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ghafur Rahim, and he always was, as well as he always will be. This is to emphasize that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not only Ghafur Rahim now, he's showing us that his maghfirah and his rahmah extends to the beginning. Al-Azl, Kana Allahu. Allah was always there. Jazakallah khairan, Akhi Akram, for that. Barakallah fiqh. Tayyib. And then we had here introduction of iltiqa as-sakinain. And that basically you have a Sukun, and the next word also has a Sukun on it. What do? Sometimes you're going to use a Dhamma. Other times you're going to use a Kasra. And there are examples that you will be using a Fatha. And for example, with Harful Jar, min. As we showed that in the ayah in the Quran. Who remembers the ayah that shows Iltiqa as-Sakinain with Fatha? I think Zaid remembers. Do you? Iltiqa sakinain with fatha. Then somebody asked me a question on tafsir as well at the same time, when we looked at the ayah last lesson. In any case, here we have examples with dhamma, aqra'tumul Qur'ana, and with the kasra, kharajatil bintu. Just now we saw it as well with kanatit talibatu. Here we have with manil waladu. Who is this boy? And also we have with the fatha when you say, for example, min al-jinnati wan nas. Min al-jinnati wan nas. So here min al. Okay. This fatha over here, this is also because of iltiqa as-sakinain. Jayid. Let's keep moving. And here we have some examples. So, who hasn't read so far? We are waiting for Ahmed, Dil, Sadiq, Abu Hassan. Abu Hassan hasn't got a mic yet. And also, anyone else wants the mic, you just put your hand up. It's just Abu Hassan, if I can ask you to take number 1, please.
Akaltumul mawza.
Akaltumul mawza. Ahsantum. Barakallahu feek. And Akhi Sadiq, can you take number 4 for me?
نعم فهمت الدرس.
Barakallahu feek. And if Zakaria, if you're ever ready, just put your hand up so I know. Then I'll choose you. And tell me which one you want to do as well. And I'll ask Habib if you could do number 9, please.
Alakumul kutubu.
Allakumul kutubu. What does that mean? Allakumul kutubu.
Do you have books?
I don't think it's asking, do you have books?
Do you have books?
Yeah, see this book, this lam is lam of milk. It's like lam of ownership. So
Is this belonging to you?
yeah, do these books belong to you? That might be a better way of understanding those words. Tayyib. Let's keep going. This was adding a damir. Number 8, Zakaria said he wants to do. Zakaria, go for number 8, please.
ماذا أكلتم؟
Number 7. ماذا أكلتم? Again, please, Zakaria.
ماذا أكلتم؟
Barakallahu feek. Now, what does that mean, Zakaria? Can you work out the meaning? ماذا أكلتم? No? Anyone else? What does it mean, ماذا أكلتم?
What did you all eat?
What did you all, thank you. What did you eat? What did you all eat? Yes. What did you eat? Barakallahu feek. Here, what did you eat? Ahsanti. Over here you have how to add a dhamir, which is dhamir an-nasb, dhamir which is mansoob. How do you add it to a fi'l? And in the case of darabta, you say darabtahu. And in the case of darabti, you say darabtihi. This is still mabni, but now it's mabni on a kasra. Simple. Sometimes the dhamir al-ghaib, this one, ha, is sometimes is mabni on a dhamma, sometimes mabni on a kasra, no problem. What's that ayah, Zaid? Can you read the ayah? And also,
إذا الشمس كورت.
إذا الشمس كورت. I can't see التقاء ساكنين there. Where were you thinking about? إذا الشمس. No, because إذا there's already a fatha on the dal. Doesn't finish with the sukun actually. So that wouldn't be an example of iltiqa sakinain in that ayah. Okay. Great. So were we darabtihi, and this one darabtuhu. And how about in the case of darabtum? This is the point here. Darabtum hu. That's the difficulty because there's a sukun on the meme on the end of that damir. So joining it with the ha is difficult, and so for that reason, to make it easy, then they add this waw. And so we say darabtumuhu. Darabtumuhu. Okay. And here's some example. Here are some examples. Aina talibul jadidu. Where's the new student? Ara'aytum. Ara'aytum. And he wants to say Ara'aytum at-talib al-jadida. Ara'aytum at-talib al-jadida. That's how it would be. But in the case of a dhamir, you add this waw and you say Ara'aytumuhu. Ara'aytumuhu. Okay. Aina al-hayyatu. Where's the snake? Akataltumuha. Akataltum. So where's the fi'l? Katala. Hamza is istifham for question. Hamza the istifham. Katala is the verb. Tum. We change the color quickly. Tum over here. This is the dhamir. Okay. And this ha, this is dhamir an-nasb maf'ulun bihi. Maf'ulun bihi. Yep. So what's this waw? Is there because there is a sukun on tum. In order to get the flow, ease of flow between this dhamir and this dhamir at the end, the waw is added. So rather than saying akataltumha, which is quite abrupt, not easy to pronounce. Akataltumha. So the Arabs, they added this waw to make it easy to pronounce, and it becomes akataltumuha, akataltumuha, and you will find examples of that in the Quran. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we will inshallah look at some examples. And do we have a name of that waw? We had this discussion last time. If I'm not mistaken, our one of our guys said, or Zaid, if I'm not mistaken, this is waw al-ishba'. Is that right, Zaid? Waw al-ishba'?
Yeah.
Ahsan. Abu Hassan, go ahead, Akhi. Did you have your hand up for a reason?
No, but that's it. This waw for ishba, that's it.
Just feel free just to jump in and talk without raising your hand. No problem, inshallah.
Jazakallah for giving me permission. Barakallah feek.
All of it, everyone has already had permission. They already said at the beginning just to keep it, inshallah, keep it live, keep it real, keep it active. Inshallah, you can just jump in. The only thing I discouraged at one stage was because the answers to the questions were coming up too fast. That was good because it was reflecting the different levels of the students. But the bad side of that is that sometimes students who need a little bit more time to think about an answer, they get discouraged because the answers are coming out too quickly. So don't give them a chance to think. That was the only thing I discouraged to use the mic directly for, just to wait for a few seconds, 5-second pause, 3-second pause, to give others a chance to think about the answer before someone gives it. As for asking questions, commenting, adding things, no problem. Or revision, in the revision sessions, come up with your answers very quickly. That would be perfect because it's not the first time we're teaching the concept, so that's fine, inshallah. And then we had this very interesting lesson about adding dhu. If I'm not mistaken, this was the one where we said there were different examples in different books. Some had it with dhu, with 12 questions, some had it with 5. In any case, and we were showing the significance of knowing al-mubtada and al-khabar. So here we have 2 examples using dhu. أين الكتاب ذو الغلاف الأحمر أين الكتاب ذو الغلاف الأحمر. Where's the book that has a red cover? And then you have so dhu, this is always going to appear as mudaf. Dhu will appear as mudaf. Okay, and you can see here that it is mudaf, and al-ghilafi has a kasra because this is mudaf ilayhi. Jayid. And at the same time, it is na'at of al-kitab. And why is this important? Even though you haven't really studied that in detail, why is it important that to know that this is a na'at of the word that came before it? The reason for that is because as we learned in a dars al-tasi', that you have 2 types of 2 ways of expressing i'rab. Alamat asliya and alamat, what's the other one?
Far'iyya.
Ahsan, far'iyya. So we have the base, original, or the main ways of showing i'rab, dhamma, kasra, fatha, in their standard positions. Dhamma for marfu' and fatha is for mansub, kasra for majroor. Then you have alamat far'iyya. These are the different ways of expressing i'rab. For example, they break the rules. So fatha for majroor in the case of mamnu' min as-sarf, kasra for mansub in the case of what, guys? Kasra for mansub,
Jammu muannath salim.
Jam muannath salim, jazakallah khair. So you also have the word dhu will also come in different ways. Sometimes you'll find it as the, sometimes you'll find it as the, and these are also representative of alamat far'iyya. The waw is representative of marfu'. The alif is representative of mansub, and the ya is representative of majroor. So that's why it's important to know that this is not, because at the moment before it is al-kitabu. Al-kitabu is marfu'. That's why it says dhu. Had the word kitabu been al-kitaba with a fatha, then you would have seen the. It's early for me to say that to you, but mashallah, what I've seen from the level of many of the students here, Mubarak, you guys are able to understand and grasp this concept, and it will appear with the examples coming in the book, inshallah. Don't worry about that. Liman ذاك البيت ذو الباب الأخضر ذو الباب الأخضر. All of these examples, you'll find that that this dhu is na'at of al-bayt. Dhul babi describing the house. Dhun nadharati describing dhalika al-fata. Okay. Dhul lihyati describing al-rajulu. Okay. But in this case here, it becomes obvious to see where is the mubtada, where is the khabar. ذلك الرجل ذو اللحية الطويلة طبيب مشهور من باكستان. ذلك الرجل ذو اللحية الطويلة, and this is the khabar, طبيب مشهور من باكستان. See it? Very quickly, give me two answers over here. Saqib, number 1, please. Adil, number 2, please. And Abu Hassan, number 3, please.
Zu.
Can you read the answer? Can you read the sentence? Do we have some meaning, inshallah?
Man zalikal waladu zul kamisi. Zul kamisal ahmar.
But why are you saying kamisa? Is it kamisa? Is it kamisu? Or is it kamisi?
Kamisi, it is mudaf like.
Aywa. Barakallah feek.
Zul kamisal ahmari.
Ahmari, jazakallah khair. Fadl akhi, go ahead.
ذلك الفتى ذو الشعر الطويل طالب من إيران.
Ahsant. And akhi, go ahead.
لمن هذا الدفتر ذو الغلاف الجميل.
أحسنت. ذو الغلاف الجميل. أحسنتم. And we can ask Akram and Habib if you could read number 4 and number 5, inshallah. Go ahead, Akram, first. Akram?
Yeah.
With us?
ذلك الرجل
ذلك الرجل
ذو نظارة ذو نظارة مديرنا.
You know, if you say it the way you read it first, it will change the meaning altogether. For example, if we said, and this is a good time to explain this, or to revise it rather. If we said, ذَلِكَ الرَّجُلُ ذُو نَظَّارَةٍ, then this becomes the khabar. Because even though dhu is na'at of ar-rajul in the i'rab, the whole thing together is not na'at of ar-rajul, because rajul is ma'rifah with alif wal lam, and dhu nadharatin is nakira. Okay, so over here it says dhun nadharati, and this shows that all of this belongs to the mubtada, and then the khabar starts over here. Is that clear, inshallah? Okay. There was a question that came in the chat. Why is the fatha liman ذاك البيت ذو باب أخضر. ذو باب أخضر. There's a fatha on أخضر. I know that's a different. I know there was a different exercise, different in the other version of the book that many of you were using. But can someone give me an answer? Why is it a typo? The question is asking, is that a typo? أخضر, fatha on the ذو باب أخضر.
Is it ممنوع من الصرف?
Explain it in detail, please.
Well, because أخضر is without alif and lam.
You're giving me pieces, small pieces at a time. I want the whole cake. Don't get not just one piece.
Well, the whole cake.
ذو باب أخضر.
ذو باب is مضاف مضاف إليه.
Okay.
And then مفعول به.
Where مفعول به? There's no verb. There's no فعل or فاعل. You're going to have a مفعول به. لمن ذاك البيت ذو باب أخضر. There's no فعل, so therefore there's no فاعل, so therefore there's no مفعول به. But anyway, you got the answer, just using the wrong words. Just go ahead and explain it again. ذو باب is مضاف مضاف إليه. Okay. And then why أخضر?
Like I said, to my knowledge, this is ممنوع من الصرف.
Oh yeah, oh you said, you meant to say ممنوع من الصرف, but you said مفعول به.
No, I said before ممنوع من الصرف.
You did exactly the first time.
Yes.
That's when you're giving us one piece at a time.
Yes.
And now, so what if it's ممنوع من الصرف? What's the significance? Why doesn't it have a dhamma here, for example?
I don't know that detail.
Why doesn't it have a dhamma? Why has it got fatha? ذو باب أخضر. ذو. This was a question in the other print of the same book. This is how it's written. And the questioner is asking, saying, in my book, there's a fatha over here. Is this a typo? And the answer?
No.
Saqib. Who just said no? Is it Saqib?
Me. Akram.
Akram, yeah. What is it?
This is, it won't take kasra, akhfari. So, mamnu min as-sarf.
Why does it need to take kasra in the first place?
مضاف مضاف إليه.
Mudaf mudaf ilayhi.
Where's the mudaf? Where's the mudaf ilayhi?
Babu akhfari.
ذو باب.
Is it not manut?
Aywa? Who said that?
Saqib.
Saqib, yes. So, dhu, this is mudaf. Babin, this is mudafun ilayhi. Who is that house with the green door? This is the mamnu' min as-sarf. This is mudaf mudaf ilayhi. Akhdara is the na'at of bab. Okay? So because babin is majroor, akhdar is also majroor, and akhdara is majroor with a fatha because it is from the categories of mamnu' min as-sarf, as you will learn in the last lesson of book 1. Is that okay, guys? I hope that's clear to the question, inshallah. Slightly off topic, but it's on the same, is on topic because the other book has those questions. And here you have exactly the same thing, but instead of dhu, you have that. And this is another proof that this word dhu, it will follow, like na'at, to follow that word that comes before it. This one is mu'annath. This one is mu'annath. Al-mujallatu. So that, that will be there instead of dhu. Dhatu suwari. أين المجلة ذات الصور الملونة. And that has the same meaning as dhu. The difference is mudhakkar and mu'annath. Okay. And then moving on, I'd love to be able to do practice with you guys for all these exercises, but I don't think we will be able to do justice to it because we need to actually get through these lessons and get to the end of Dars al-Tasi'. So on next lesson, we can commence with Dars al-Ashir, inshallah. Here you have the use of and this is in the form of a question. أكرة القدم لعبتم. أم كرة السلة أكرة القدم لعبتم أم كرة السلة. And the point here is using the word in place of O. We normally say O, which means in English or. And this question quite simply means, did you play football or basketball? Did you play football, Kurat al-Qadami, which is the actual meaning of football? No offense to my American brothers. This is an ongoing discussion that we have. Kurat al-Qadami, do you play? No egg, only. Kurat al, did you play football or basketball? And because of the fact that this is a question between and asking about two different things, Hamza the istifham is there. Instead of using O, we say That's what it is. And here's another example. Muhammadan ra'ayta hamidan. You don't say Muhammadan ra'ayta hamidan. Did you see Muhammad or Hamid? It might translate the same, but grammatically it's incorrect. You will not say when there's a question. You'll say Okay. Incidentally, the question we're talking about is one that begins with meaning Hamzatul Istifham. And we spoke very early on in the book when we first introduced this maf'ulun bihi mansub, that the main order of a sentence with a verb, jumla fi'liya, a verbal sentence is fi'l, fa'il, maf'ulun bihi. Ara'ayta Muhammadan, ara'ayta Muhammadan, ra'a is the verb, the ta is the fa'il, Muhammadan is the fi'l, is the maf'ulun bihi. Ara'ayta Muhammadan. But it's possible, it's allowed to just switch the order around in different situations. Here you have an example that the maf'ulun bihi is coming first. Okay? And that's fine and allowed to say that. Okay? Sorry, I'm not going to be able to give you practice. You have to keep moving. And now you have
two maf'ulun bihi in that sentence.
Which one?
The Muhammadan ra'ita am hamidan.
Good question. So this is not considered to be two maf'ulun bihi, but maybe the second one is going to be badal of the first one. Okay. There are some examples where one verb, it produces two maf'ulun bihis. Maf'uluns bihi. All right. But this is not the example of it. I'm not sure if we've taken any examples like that so far, but they will come, inshallah. Some vocabulary, nisfun, thuluthun, rub'un. This occurs in the Quran, in the beginning of Surah An-Nisa, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is the main place to show how to distribute the inheritance, the wealth of the deceased Muslim. How that deceased Muslim's wealth is distributed to his Muslim relatives. Allah Ta'ala gives the direct rulings in the Quran. Okay, a husband who passes away doesn't leave any children, then his wife takes a rubu'. And the wife that passes away and she has children, the husband takes a rubu'. Okay, a person passes away without any children, the mother takes a thuluth, and so on and so forth. Okay, so these words are very important as you understand them. You find them in the Quran. And also Prophet ﷺ, he said about the person who prays and the shaitan steals it from a person's prayer, reduces the reward. And he said a person prays and he leaves his prayer only having benefited from nisfuha, from half of the prayer, thuluthuha, third of the prayer, rubu'uha, khumsuha, sudusuha, subu'uha, thumunuha, tusu'uha, ushruha. A person prays only having benefited from half of the prayer, third of the prayer, quarter of the prayer, fifth, a sixth, a seventh, eighth, ninth, or just a tenth of the prayer. This has got to do with the mental preparation a person has, as well as physical behavior in the salah and concentration of heart and mind, body, heart and mind all together in the salah. Khumsun, sudusun, sub'un, thumnun, tus'un, ushrun. Notice that all of them have a sukun in the middle. My pronunciation may have been incorrect a few seconds ago, and this seems to be the only one, sudus, that has a dhamma in the middle. Okay. And over here, thuluth also. Thuluth and sudus. And the rest with a sukun. That is just the vocabulary aspect. And lots of vocabulary over here. I would really wish for the brothers and sisters, every lesson, take this vocabulary, look at it, focus on it, concentrate on it, think about it, and memorize it, learn it, put it in your book of vocab. Have a notebook only for new vocabulary. At the same time, do the same with any words that you don't know, which are inside the actual lessons. Write them down and explain them to yourself in your way. And I personally, for my personal practice, was to draw diagrams. But at Darajat, I wouldn't write bike. I would draw a quick bicycle, for example. It's easier to recall and quicker. And Dars al-Thamin is almost like a revision of the previous lessons as it occurs, as it comes to the fa'il, and how to use the different dhama'ir, all of them in one place. So we don't have to spend too much time on this one. It's good practice, but we can quickly, let's have a look what else was here. No. This is actually very important practice. But so you have al-mufrad and al-jam'. Revise all of these, and let's go and practice them over here very quickly. Let me ask someone who hasn't so far done much reading. So I haven't heard anything from Ahmed. I'm not sure if you're able to read today, Ahmed. Akhi, and you're welcome to Abu Hamza. I haven't put your hand up for a mic today. I'm not sure if you're willing to read, or Abdul Rahman. And also any of the others who would like to read. Okay, so Zaid, can I ask you, inshallah, to read? For example, can you read number 3, please?
أين ذهبتم بعد الدرس يا إخواني؟
وجزاك الله خيرا. أين ذهبتم بعد الدرس يا إخواني? أحسنت. And Habib, if you could read number 5, please. All of this is with dhahaba, okay?
أنا ما ذهبت إلى الكتابة اليوم.
أحسنت. بارك الله فيك. And Adil, if I can ask you to read number 2, please.
نحن ذهبنا إلى الملعب.
جيد. أحسنت. And Siddiq, if I can ask you to read number 7, please.
7. That should be أذهبتنا.
أيوة أحسنت.
أذهبتنا لزيارة خالتكن يا بناتي.
أحسنت وبارك الله فيك. جميل جدا. And let's take one more example from Abu Hassan. You can do number 8 for me.
أذهبت أخي إلى المطار؟
The thing is, there's no question mark there, so we shouldn't assume it's a question.
ذهب أخي إلى المطار.
أحسنت. ذهب أخي إلى المطار. بارك الله فيكم. جيد. That was easy because that was all dhahaba. And here, over here, this one has got to do with making your own verbs up. So here's where the test comes. Let's see how we do with the test. Akram, if you could do number 9 for me. No problem. Habib?
Is it number 9? Is it number 9? Yeah, Akhi, Hafidha Surat al-Rahmani.
أحسنت. أخي حفظ سورة الرحمن. أخي حفظ سورة الرحمن. جيد. And Abu Hassan, number 10, please.
أنا بحثت عن قلمي ولكنني ما وجدته.
بارك الله فيك. أنا بحثت عن قلمي ولكني ما وجدته. جزاك الله خيرا. عادل, if you can go for number 11.
من قتل هذه الحية.
أحسنت. من قتل هذه الحية. جيد. جزاك الله خيرا. زيد, if you go number 13, please.
زملائي أكل الموز وأنا أكلت العنب.
Can you say that again? You said akala. You want to say akala, you sure?
Yeah.
زملائي, is that singular, مفرد or جمع?
جمع.
So then the verb? Will it be akala or أيوة أحسنت أيمن. أكلوا. زملائي أكلوا الموز وأنا أكلت العنب. My friends or my colleagues ate bananas or the banana and I ate the grapes. Or it can't be al-anaba meaning the grape, like, you know, I ate the grape. Not usually, but okay. I'm just looking at the answer that came through right now. Tum akaltum zumalai akaltum. Not really. It's not going to be that. It's going to be akalu or ana akaltu in the past. And طيب, let's keep going. I'm conscious of the time, and this is just revision, more revision. Okay. Dars al-Tasi', some amazing lessons to learn from a Dars al-Tasi'. How many of them can we squeeze in right now? Allahu A'lam. Let's have a look. Tamreen. التمرين السادس فعل التعجب. This is looks like, it looks similar to اسم تفضيل. The difference is اسم تفضيل has a dhamma on the end, and this one has a fatha on the end, and it has ma ta'ajjubiyya before it. This was the one that I was mistakenly, I said ma istifham. Obviously, it's not ma istifham. This is ma ta'ajjubiyya, ma of surprise. هذا الرجل طويل. This man is tall. ما أطول هذا الرجل. Look how tall he is. Fascinating, amazing. Incidentally, when you see something in your Muslim brother or your Muslim sister, yu'jibuka, which is similar to the word ta'ajjub, that surprises you, or that you are impressed with, then the Prophet ﷺ said, ask Allah to put barakah in that person, in that thing. Ask Allah for barakah. So you say, Barakallahu lak, or Barakallahu feek, Barakallahu alayk, something like that. And some of the ulama said you can say, MashaAllah, although what seems to be correct is that this is the intent is to say, ask dua for barakah directly, rather than exclaiming, MashaAllah. Okay. And this is in the Quran, an ayah in Surah Abasa. If you're going to remember an ayah in Surah Abasa that has fi'l ta'ajjub. Everyone's saying, everyone's saying it to themselves, getting through until they get to the place where they can find fi'l ta'ajjub.
قتل الإنسان ما أكفره.
أحسنت. قتل الإنسان ما أكفره. May man be destroyed. How ungrateful he is. How ungrateful he is. So surprising. Despite the many blessings and gifts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ما أكفره. How this man, insan, is ungrateful. Yeah, and there are other examples as well. Other places in the Quran. If I can think of one, I will share it with you. And there was a document that we were going through last time. I don't think we're going to have time to go through it today, but there were some examples in that, maybe one or possibly more than one example of fi'l at-ta'ajjub. That was in the Dars al-Tasi'. What else was in the Dars al-Tasi'? All of that was there. Oh, this was really nice. This is al-Munada, using ya. You have to remember that when you say ya, and if the word after it is a singular word, if not mudaf, then it finishes with a dhamma. It's actually mabniyun ala dhamma. Ya Muhammadu, ya Hamidu, ya Ustadu. But if the munada, the thing that you are calling, happens to be mudaf and mudafun ilayhi, then the mudaf becomes mansoob. Takes a fatha. Ya ukhta Hamidin. Ya Abdallahi. Okay. Ya Sa'din. Ya Sa'iqa Sayyarati. Or driver of the car. Sa'iqa means driver. Jayyid. Yabna Abbasin. Oh, Ibn Abbas. Yabna Abbasin. And in the case of Abu Bakr, this is an example of alamat i'rab al-far'iyya. Waw is for marfu', alif is for mansoob. So you say, Ya Aba Bakrin. Okay? And there's an example of that in the Quran. I'm sure more than one. When they were addressing Maryam alayhi salam, they said, Ya what did they say?
يا أخت هارون.
Harun.
Ahsant. Ya Ukhta Harun. Ya Ukhta Harun. And what's on the end of Harun? Harunin or Nan?
هارون.
Huh?
هارون.
Haruna. Ahsant. Why?
ممنوع من الصرف.
ممنوع من الصرف مجرور. مضاف إليه مجرور. أخت هارون. أخت, this is mansoob because it's munada and it's mudaf. And Haruna is mudaf إليه. مجرور وعلامة جره الفتحة. Let's rush and keep going. And I'm sorry to keep you guys. I know that we've gone beyond our designated time. Bear with me, inshallah, almost done. We have, this is a very important part of the dars, which is, we spoke about it already, alif wa ta, which is jam' al-mu'annath as-salim. Those words which are plural, feminine plural, have just by adding alif wa ta. When they are marfu', they take a dhamma. When they are majroor or mansoob, they take a kasra. Okay, so these words, sayyarat, at-talibat, as-samawat, you will never find a fatha on them. Okay, and in the Quran, Allah Ta'ala said, as the ayah in the Quran has this example. Go ahead, guys, what is it?
خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام.
أحسنت. بارك الله فيك. خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش, and then he rose above his throne. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, alamatu an-nasb on jam' mu'annath salim is kasra. This is alamatun far'iyya. Oh, this is another beautiful rule. When you have 2 alifs with the hamza al-istifham followed by alif, then you read it with a mad. And there are some beautiful examples of this in the Quran. Allahu. Yeah. Another one. Al-ana. And the other one. Al-dhakaraini. And then we have these ones over here, these examples, min and ma. When you read it together, it becomes mimma. And this is in the Quran. Mimma is in the Quran, if you can remember it. Juz amma. Fal.
مما خلق.
فلينظر الإنسان
مما خلق.
مما خلق. مما خلق. مما. Like that. And the meaning is min ma or min madha. مما خلق. Okay. Bima is also in the Quran. If I can think of the ayah. Lima is there. We're finishing now, Zakaria, in a minute, inshallah. And this one everyone knows. Amma, an, ma. This is in the Quran. What is it?
عما يتساءلون.
بارك الله فيك. عما يتساءلون. After that we had الذي, الذين, التي, and allati. So many examples of allati in the Quran. In Surah An-Nur, many examples in Surah An-Nur. Also in Surah An-Nisa, examples of that. And inshallah, we'll be able to go through the document. Ustad Muzammil is going to upload it onto the Markaz Bangalore website, so you can access that at any time and have a look. Inshallah, going to classify it easy for you to follow. And inshallah, in future we'll try our best to mention ayat at the same time of the dars, so that it's relevant all the time. Tayyib. We're going to stop there. But before stopping, there is one thing that I would like to show everybody and share with you. Let me see how easy that is to do right now. You're welcome to leave the class and So Muhammad, you're welcome to stop the recording, inshallah. There is one thing that I would like to just share. Whoever wants to hang around and have a look at it, if I can pull it up right now, I will do so. There it is. Can you see this? The question is, can you read this? Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, visible.
Bismillah. Who's going to try and read this? Because people complain that they can't read without kasra dhamma. Alhamdulillah, you guys proved that's not true. When you learn the context, you can understand. This is how people were reading even before the fatha dhamma kasra, before the dots. Who can read it? Any volunteers to read some words?
Okay, I'll try inshallah.
Bismillah.
هل تعلم
هل تعلموا
عفوا
Go ahead. هل تعلموا
هل تعلم الألفاظ لم أحدهما
أن
الألفاظ
No, there's a letter before the fa.
عين الألفاظ
Tiny letter before the fa.
I can't, it's not very clear to me.
Okay, that's fine. You failed. Next person. Good try. Jazakallah khairan. You got 2 points. Got the first 2 words. هل تعلموا أن, and then next person to give a volunteer, please. To volunteer.
Is it iltifaz?
هل تعلموا أن النقاط dots النقاط تم اختراعها للعجم
وليس للعرب
وليس
للعرب حتى
إن العرب
أحسنت حتى إن العرب
قد ما كانوا
قد قديما
كانوا
أحسنت كانوا
لا يسجدون
They used to do such that. They still do.
تسمعون لا تسمعون
أحسنت يستخدمون النقاط
وأنت كذلك
أيوة أحسنت
الحمد لله
يمكنك أن تقرأ
مضاجع كاملة.
مضاجع means bed. You want to go to sleep. مقاطع
كاملة.
أحسنت.
بدون نقاط.
بدون نقاط. Well done.
كما
بارك
كان.
الله فيك. That's good. Good exercise. You want to keep going?
خلاص إن شاء الله. You busy. You got to go إن شاء الله. جزاك الله خير.
Got the idea, right? I'm conscious of the time, so I know some brothers
Really
still
nice,
hanging around.
mashallah. Jazakallah khair.
Well done.
I was just reading, I was actually seeing a video of Ustad Abdul Rahim from Madeenah University, and he was explaining how in the olden days there were no yani dots, and there were no even the Dhamma Kasra was not there. So yeah, so it was quite interesting, how the Arabs used to read it. It was more like a supporting thing rather than the main stuff, because the main apparently, they already knew it, so it was more like a supporting thing, especially from a Quran perspective. In the Quran, in the beginning of the Quran. So yeah, it's quite interesting.
For the non-Arabs.
Yeah, it was mainly for the non-Arabs. They created as it's mentioned in this text itself, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, very interesting. Ustad, the one benefit I have seen of this method is when you are sitting in a dars of a scholar, and when you are writing notes, this method of writing notes is really powerful, because you can literally write down everything what the scholar is telling, even if he's speaking fast, provided obviously later how to actually read it.
Of course. Sure.
Yeah, I've tried that a couple of times when I used to attend Durus in Riyadh, and yeah, it's quite helpful.
As long as on one condition that you can go back and understand what you wrote.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, if you do it straight away after the lesson, then it's a bit easier. But if you do it like after 3-4 days, then it becomes a challenge.
No, without doubt, you're encouraged to go over your notes immediately after the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
طيب أخي الكريم أنا أستأذنكم وأستسمحكم عذرا. Apologize for the late finish. We're just trying to make sure we covered all the as many points as we could of revision, and I wanted to mention the ayat in the Quran. We weren't able to, so I referred them to the file that was sent to you, and hopefully, inshallah, they'll be able to view that on the website.
Inshallah, yes, I will upload it on the website. So, Ustad, for Thursday, then we are looking at lesson 10, Sahih?
We'll start lesson 10, inshallah. A very exciting lesson to start.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Got it. Present tense.
Inshallah. All right, that's good.
Okay, there's a question. Where can I find out about the salah being half? So we're talking about the traveler's prayer. There is a book Shaykh Uthaymeen has, the traveler's prayer. Oh, the reward of half. Where can you find out about it? Basically, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said the prayer of the sitting person is half in reward of that of the standing person, and that of the one who lies down is half of reward of the one who sits. Allahu Alam. Oh, I mentioned it earlier. Oh, I don't recall mentioning it. I thought this was just a question that you had. Did I mention that earlier? Oh, of course, subhanAllah. The hadith, yes, yeah, oh, yeah. Half the prayer. If I'm not mistaken, a good place I found that was mentioned, that same hadith, if I'm not mistaken, Imam Al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala, the great muhaddith scholar of hadith, he mentioned that this hadith in his book Sifatu Salat al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam min at-takbiri ila at-taslimi ka'annaka taraha, the description of the Prophet's prayer from the beginning to the end as though you were seeing it. In that book, very important introduction to that book, mind you, if you can get hold of it, it's available online to download. The Prophet's prayer described, so it's translated to English as well. Important introduction, And then later on in the book, after describing different parts of the prayer, he speaks about this not allowing the shaitan to steal away from your prayer, and he mentions this hadith. And he gives the solutions as well, as far as I remember. Wallahu a'lam. And A'raf, I didn't get a chance to go back to it, Ustad Akram, so bi'idhnillahi ta'ala will do that, inshallah. Hafidhakallah. Tayyib. أنا أستأذنكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
عليكم السلام أستاذ. جزاك الله خير.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.